Hey Glenn, this is John, West Coast Connects. We reached out, spoke with Lucy on Friday, promised this free video, so I'm going to keep it pretty short and sweet. Don't want to waste your time. Just want to show you three things you can do to increase customer flow and traffic to your website. And all I ask is at the end if you can shoot me some feedback, whether that be via email, text, phone call, anything would suffice. I just would love to hear your thoughts. So with that, I'll get started. My first tip is to add content to your site. So looking through it, um, you know, you got a lot of good things here. You got a form, which is great. You got some pictures. You got a little bit of service stuff that you do in text, but really this content, and content is anything that you can highlight, whether that be text or pictures, is really important for a couple of reasons. Number one is it allows you to be found for more keywords. So, say I'm, wanting to be found for Los Angeles electrician, for instance, okay? Which I don't necessarily recommend you go after that, but if it is, I would probably have that as one of my headings. I might have it in my text. I might even save these images. Uh, those aren't going to be saved as links, actually. Let's see if these are, no. All right, let's go down to your thing. So I might save this image, for instance, as a keyword as well. So instead of being this number or Cruz and Cruz logo, I would save it as Los Angeles electrician. It just gives Google the opportunity to know that, it's a keyword, it's something you want to be found for, and it starts to rank you for that particular keyword. So that's the first reason why. And typically, when you have a homepage, you'd want about 1,000 to 1,500 words, so that you could be found for about 10 to 15 keywords. Usually, it's about one keyword for every 150 words. And the more content, the more words you have, the more keywords you're allowed to have. You can kind of fit in there, and it allows you to rank for more things. Um, the second reason content is so important is it's a Google ranking factor. So if you look at Wikipedia, Wikipedia has a ton of content, and almost every page they have ranks number one or pretty close to it. And the reason for that is content. I mean, some of those pages have a ton of information, and that information, those pictures, that text, just puts them well above everybody else. So that would be my first tip. Um, my second tip would be to add a go after low volume or high volume and low KD keywords, and really what this volume is searches per month. So you see here, electrician Santa Clarita has a volume of 200, Long Beach electrician 200, Santa Monica 150, West Hollywood 150, Burbank 100, and it goes on down the list. And I put these suburbs in for a reason. So if you see, excuse me, these KDs here, okay, you have zeros, ones, and twos, and this is keyword difficulty. This is how hard it is to rank in the top 10 or the top 100 on a 0 to 100 scale. Okay, 0 being the excuse me, 0 being the easiest to rank for, and 100 being the hardest. Okay, and as you can see here, there's 1,600 searches a month in just the few cities that I put in. So there's quite a bit of search volume there. Even if you can get 1% of the 1,600, you're looking at 16 customers a month, which is, is great. If each job that you have averages out to be about $1,000 a person, you're at $16,000 extra a month. Just in with 1% of this volume. But if if you get to the top three in a couple of these rankings, you're definitely getting more than 16. So you might get as many as like 60, which would be fantastic. And that's just if you start ranking for one of them. So there's a lot of volume here, and it's great. What a lot of people do is they go after these LA keywords, and the problem with these is you see there's not as much volume as 760 searches per month, but you see these keyword difficulty 26, 31, 31, 30. It's going to take a lot of money and time and effort to start to rank and really pull in volume there. Okay, so definitely something that you really want to go after, the low-hanging fruit or the stuff that's easier to start ranking for. And with that, you definitely want to get a Google My Business if you don't have one already, and get that set up and optimized. And the reason for that is it just helps you get some of that traffic. As you can see here, I put in West Hollywood electrician, and it goes Google Ads and then right into Google My Business, and you can have that hooked to your website. And if you build this out correctly, you can start ranking for this, and you can get even more hits, which is what you want. If you can get on the top of here and you're at the top of here, you're doing fantastic. So that would be my second tip. My third tip would just be to build up the strength of your site. So this is Ahrefs. This is a tool SEO specialists use, and it shows us the strength of your site. So I'm going to go through this information with you. This first box is how strong your website is, and it's on a 0 to 100 scale. Okay, 0 being the weakest and 100 being the strongest. So as you can see here, you have a 14, which is okay, and then a 0. And what you really want with these is you want a 1-to-1 ratio typically. So if this is a 14, you'd like to see that as a 14. Okay, you have 16 websites out there on the web that are sending you 194 links, or linking back to you 194 times. Okay, you're ranking in the top 104 keywords. You're getting 14 hits a month, but Google's estimating that traffic value as 0. Or saying this is how much money I'd have to spend in Google Ads to get the same amount of traffic. Okay, and looking at what you're ranking for, Cruz and Cruz Electric. You're getting four searches a month from that. Cruz Electric, Humble, and Las Cruz, and that's pretty much what you're ranking for. So no really buyer intent keywords. I mean, if people are looking for Cruz and Cruz Electric, they're coming after you anyway. What you really want to search for is some of these location-based keywords. You can go after service-based keywords, but a lot of those are national keywords. But you can start ranking for those as well. But they're a little bit harder to get. But if you do the near me stuff, a lot of times Google will adjust its rankings. But there's that's a whole nother thing. So again, I looked at West Hollywood electrician. It's kind of close to you guys. Powell Electric, which does a lot of stuff in LA, and USA Electric are the ones that are ahead. You see here Powell Electric don't have the 1-to-1, but they are ranking and they are getting more valuable traffic. And you see here $1,600 a month. And then USA Electric, not a very strong website, but again, 1,300 hits, value is 1,300. And these are definitely websites that you can beat out and you can outrank. So those are the my 3 tips. And there's definitely ways to capture traffic faster than building up your site, because building up your site is kind of a steady thing, and depending on what keywords you go to, it would depend on how fast you can get that traffic. But you could definitely do Facebook ads and Google ads, and there's a lot of stuff you can do to start getting traffic and really build your site up to be a lead funnel. So with that, I'll let you go. I hope I've been helpful. If you need somebody that knows what they're doing that can help you out, we'd love to help you. But with that, have a great day, and God bless.